Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. My name is Olivia. Today is Friday, April 19th, 2019. It is just about 11 o'clock here in the Willamette Valley of Oregon. It has been 2 weeks since my last video, and I can't believe that it has been 2 weeks already. It has been such a busy couple of weeks. I feel like this whole year has been very busy, not busy, but has went by so fast because I feel like it was just Christmas and now here we are. It's spring, it's almost the end of April, summer's coming. It doesn't seem possible. And I just don't know. I wish it would slow down a little bit. I honestly do, just so I can catch my breath, but it doesn't look like it's gonna slow down anytime soon, and I have the suspicion that it's because my oldest is graduating high school in like 5 weeks, 5-ish, 6-ish weeks, and going off to college. So she just got her financial aid packet from the college this past week, and I keep asking her when she's gonna hit the accept button, and I know she is excited to, but at the same time she's a little terrified, and I can imagine that probably is the way that everybody feels when when they're taking the step sort of out of your childhood and into the adult world. I can remember being terrified also. But we are all very proud of her and excited for the next step in her life and to just kind of see where it all ends up and what she accomplishes. But at the same time, I'm super sad that my baby's graduating high school. So, and I think that's why everything's going by really, really fast. So anyway, I hope the last 2 weeks have been very productive for you. That you've been able to get ready for Mania if you're going to participate. I kind of went back and forth. Yes, I was going to do Mania. No, I wasn't going to do Mania. Yes, no, yes, no. And then I know that Barb and Leanne of Lost and Floss have talked about Mania My Way, I think is what the hashtag is, or Mania Your Way. I can't remember. I think it's Mania My Way. And so I decided to do that. And at first I was gonna do one monogamous stitch all through the 19 days of Mania, but I've kind of been monogamously stitching on Queen of Freedom. So I am ready to maybe start some things. So I will be participating in Mania, but I'm not gonna do the big 19 new starts or 30 new starts or 31. I'm just gonna do 5. So I split mine up into weeks, which I will talk about in a few minutes. But first, I have a couple of things I have to do. Housekeeping, I guess is what you would call it. First thing is, I hit 2,000 subscribers over the past 2 weeks, which is absolutely amazing. And I just want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel, who likes my videos, who comments, both here and across my social media. I so appreciate it. I have loved getting to know so many of you. It has just been such a fun journey, and I really can't wait to see where this is gonna take me. And so because I hit a milestone, I'm gonna do a giveaway, and I will show that in a little bit as well. So you'll just have to hang on a second. The second thing I want to talk about is I was talking to my brother Brad, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I have 2 younger brothers. One brother, Matthew, he lives here in Oregon. He lives about 4 minutes from me. And my other brother, who is 15 months younger than me, he lives far away in Las Vegas, Nevada. And he's married, and him and his wife have 2 kiddos who I absolutely love and adore. And I found out from my brother that my niece and nephew will ask to watch my video, just the first like 10-ish minutes of my video, so that they can see their auntie live. And I think that's so sweet. So Evan and Zoe, Thank you so much for watching my videos. I miss you so much too, and I cannot wait to see you both for Allison's graduation. You have a year's worth of hugs to give me. And Evan, I'm gonna need a bear hug. You are the very best bear hugger ever, so I'm gonna need some bear hugs too. And Zoe, I can't wait to sing the Know Me song with you again. And I know that you both are doing very well in school, and I can't wait to hear all about it. I'm so excited to spoil you all rotten soon, and I hope that you'll hold my hand when Allison's graduating. Anyway, now I'm getting teary-eyed. So anyway, I can't wait to see you both, and I'm excited for all of the fun, happy memories that we are about ready to make while you are all here. So I'll see you soon. Love you both. Anyway, so well, I don't understand why I get teary-eyed. It's so silly. So let's move on to some fun stuff. So Deborah, who is Canopied Stitches on Instagram, her and I are hosting a stitch along, which the first stitch along kicks off June 1st, and that is Basket of Cherries by Blackbird Designs. I know that you can pick up a copy of this at 123 Stitch. I've also seen it in a couple places on Etsy, and if you would like to join us, there's still plenty of time to get your chart in time. Like I said, we start June 1st. It's just a fun, there's absolutely no like race or time frame. You know, if you come across my video a year from now, please start it if you have it in your stash and you've been wanting to start it. And that, let's see, the hashtag we're going to use for this one is bbcherrybasket. And I will make sure this time to list them below. I think I did it, it said like my Flosstube name, and then right across the top it had the hashtags that we'll be using, but I'll make sure this time to put them down in the description box. So if you're interested in joining, we start this June 1st. There's absolutely no race. It's just a fun little stitch to kick off summer. I know I will talk about it again in, you know, my 2 videos that will go up in May. So, you know, if you have it or you're thinking about it, please join us. And we would love it. We would absolutely love it. Everyone's welcome. So, and then the second stitch along that we are going to be hosting starts July 1st, and that is Birds of a Feather, Sally Spencer. I am so excited to start this one. I do have the fabric for it, the linen for it, I think. Yes, I do have the linen for it. I just got it in the mail. I had to look and check to make sure it was here and it wasn't still put away, but I do have the linen. I have all the threads, so it's good to go. Like I said, we'll be starting this on July 1st. I picked up my copy at 123 Stitch, but Deborah said that she talked to Acorns and Threads and they were supposed to order more of these, so that might also be an option for you as well. But we would love to have you join us. Again, there's absolutely no race to finish. It's just a fun summer stitch. And you know, if you have this in your like your whip pile already, and you're just looking for a great opportunity to pick it up and finish it, you know, please join us. The hashtag for that will be bofsallysummerstitching. And again, I will put this down below. It does not start until July 1st, so you have plenty of time to kit it up and join us if you would like to. The more the merrier. So anyway. And then we're also, and I think I forgot to mention this in my last video, so we decided to, because we do want to host an autumn sal later on in the year, and so we thought we might need like a hashtag, so if you ever wanted to find out what we were working on, or you know what we're thinking of working on, the hashtag for that is livdebsalpals, and I will put that down below as well. So, but yeah, I hope you will join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't think of 2 better charts to stitch on to kick off the summer than these guys. So very excited. Please join us. We would love it. So now I'm going to do another little bit of housekeeping, and that is my project bags. So in my last video, I showed some project bags that I had available and they sold out. I have been putting some more in, and so I thought I would show you the ones that are currently in the shop. I do know that later on today I'm going to continue working on more because I have some cut out and all they have to do is be assembled. So the first one that I have in the shop is this one. Just kind of a great summer style bag. And all these are kind of summer inspired. And there's that one. I like this one. I really like this one. I kind of wanted to keep this one for myself. So this is just a great 4th of July. And I have 2 different styles of these. And then there's this one. Another great little summer bag. And there is this one. All of these have my grandma's vintage lace on them. And there's this one, which I really like this one. It looks kind of like cross stitch. And this one. And this one here. And this one. I kind of like that. So if you're interested in any of those, you know, please go check out my shop. I'll put the link below. No pressure. Just if you are interested in, I would love if you would go and visit my shop. And I will put it the link below. It's Pumpkin Hollow Quilts on Etsy. My mind's a little scattered. I don't know why. Let's see, what else? I feel like there is something that I completely forgot to mention in my last video and I can't remember what it was. So I guess what I will do is I will move on to my haul because my haul kind of ties in with my Stitch Mania. So maybe I better do haul first. It's not very much, it really isn't. So I got a notification from 123 Stitch that American Farmhouse, for some reason I want to call this American Sampler, but American Farmhouse was back in stock by the Scarlet House, and so I picked up a copy. I really, really love this. I've seen this stitched up across Instagram, and I really just, I love it. And I think this will be a great one to have stitched up for summer. Love it. Love the American flag. We're very patriotic here in my house, or I should say I'm very patriotic. And I usually start decorating for summer 4th of July about mid-May because Memorial Day is it's a patriotic holiday as well, you know, honoring the dead and especially those who have served and, you know, lost their lives. And so, yeah, I usually start decorating it's like Memorial Day, just before Memorial Day, like between Memorial Day and Mother's Day is when I start decorating for the 4th of July. And the other chart that I picked up is Blackbird Designs. Which one is this called? Anniversary of the Heart Pumpkin Farm. And so I don't have all of the copies yet. Okay, so what I did was when I went up to Acorns and Thread, I bought number 7, which I showed in my last video. And then while I was there, I ordered 8 and 9, which those have come in. I just have to go pick them up. But I'm waiting on one more chart to come in, which is the May wordplay. And so I thought since I had 8 and 9, I went ahead and picked up number 10. And so when I get to this block will be my husband and I's. And so I will put our name, our date of when we got married, and then our children's names, or the initials of our kids. So I really, really love this one. It's my favorite out of the whole series because, of course, pumpkins. So I'm excited. And then once I go and I pick up 8 and 9, I will go ahead, well, I'll see if they have 11 and 12 there because they did have a few of them. And if not, then I'll go ahead and order those, and then I'll have a full set, and all I have to do is start kitting. So I'm excited. I'm not planning on starting my Anniversaries of the Heart until January 1st of next year. So that'll be a fun one to begin the 2020 season of stitching off with. And then I picked up some linen, and so this is 28 count summer khaki cashel. So I got this for the summer ABCs and probably the autumn ABCs because I think it'll go with both of them. I don't know, definitely summer. We'll see about autumn. And then I also picked up 32 count Vintage Country. This one is going to be what I stitched Sally Spencer on. And then I got a big enough piece that I think I might stitch the American Farmhouse. Let me look for a second. No, I must have got this one for the Chessie and Me, Friends of the Mill. Maybe that's the, I know I bought it big enough that I could get no, it's not that big of a piece. It must be for some of the ornaments. I must have bought it and then figured I could cut some ornaments off of this piece also. I really should keep notes. Okay, so that is my haul. Like I said, there wasn't very much. Mostly what I'm looking for right now is linen. I don't have a big linen stash, which is also one of the reasons why I did not go for the 19 new starts of Mania, because I would have to get so much linen and it would just be such a big chunk out of my budget. And so going forward, I'm gonna try to order, you know, for what I need and then make sure that it's big enough that I might be able to use it in one of the 20 Mania starts that I'll do next year. But yeah, I just didn't really have near enough. My linen stash is very small, so that's something that I need to really work on instead of adding to my my charts. So anyway, so let's see. So being that, okay, I had this all organized, believe it or not, but so how do I want to do this? Okay, before I show you my Stitch Mania plans, I will show you my work in progress because it's part of my Stitch Mania plans too. I'm trying to keep everything organized, but I honestly think I'm just confusing myself. So for the past 3 weeks, I have been exclusively stitching on Queen of Freedom by Mirabilia. And I know in my last video, I showed you progress on her. And then my plans had been to put her aside and work on Spring Blessings by Blackbird Designs. And that totally did not happen because I really just wanted to stitch on her. I had the Blackbird Designs, I had it partially kitted, and it just kind of sat partially kitted for a few days, and I just kept finding one excuse after another not to start it and just to keep going on Queen of Freedom. And so that's really all I've been stitching on for the past 3 weeks. However, during the past 3 weeks, I really haven't had a lot. Like normally I can get between 4 and 2 hours of stitching on what I'm working on every night. But the past 3 weeks, it seems like I'm not getting started till about 9:30, 9:45, and so I'm actually only putting about an hour of stitching on her. So here is my progress so far. This is my progress, and I have her on my Artesian Design scroll frame, and I'm loving her on the scroll frame. I think in my last video I had finished some of this and I just had a little bit more to go shade in, so I think I had like this hump finished, maybe over to here and up. And then I don't remember if I had started on her arm or if I had a little bit of this and then I had her arm outlined. I don't remember. So this is where I'm at now, and I'm just gonna keep stitching on her for the rest of the month since I am planning on starting some new things. So that leads me into my Stitch Mania. So again, I'm doing how Barb and Leanne are doing it Stitch or Mania my way. And so I took the month of May and I split it up into 5 weeks. They're not 5 equal weeks, but I just looked at the calendar and was like, and I just did it that way. So for instance, the May 1st through the 4th, I'm gonna stitch on Booby by, I think it's Heinzit. I don't think I'm saying that right. You might remember that my husband bought this for me like a couple of months ago, and he's been asking me when I'm going to start stitching on Booby. So since May 1st to the 4th is only 4 days, I will work on this. And I think I'm just gonna stitch this on a piece of Country Mocha out of my stash that is left over from another project. On May 5th to the 11th, I'm gonna stitch on Little House Needleworks Summer ABCs. And that's the one that I will be stitching on 28 count Summer Khaki. And I think it looks kind of similar to what they're showing in the background, or as the background fabric, or the linen fabric. So I'm excited for that one. Everything that I chose are things that I'm already planning on stitching this summer. So this will just be me getting a good head start on it. I don't think I'm gonna finish this in a week, but I hope to make some good progress on it. And then May 12th through the 18th is a new start on an old whip. And so I'm gonna work on my Glitter Village. I have the whole, so I'm doing mine on one piece of fabric. I have the top row finished, and so this is the middle row. And so I will start with number 4. And this is number 5, the church. And so this one's gonna go right in the middle. And then this one, which is number 6. And I don't know how far I'm gonna get on stitching on those. It would be nice if I could get at least 2 of them finished and a good head start. And then May 19th through the 25th, I am going to work on the Scarlet House American Farmhouse. And I have not decided yet what I'm gonna stitch it on. I think I did pick something and I have it in my shopping cart at 123 Stitch. And I should have looked to see what it was. But that's, hopefully I'll have it in my next video. I should have it in my next video because Stitch Mania will be going on. And then from May 26th through the 31st, I will pick up Queen of Freedom and work on her again. But one of the things that I am planning on doing during Stitch Mania is I will still continue to work on Queen of Freedom. So she is gonna stay kitted up the whole time. And so I will kind of switch back and forth. And I haven't decided if in the mornings I will work on what I've chosen for the week, and work on her in the evening, or if I'll work on them for like 2 days and then work on her for 1 and then work on them for 2 days and just kind of do a rotation. I haven't really decided yet, but I do definitely know that I want to keep stitching her. And I'm so close to like getting up to her head. I mean, I have like some fill-in of her arm, and then I need to go in and finish her cape. But I would really like to get to her face and to have her face stitched. I mean, she's coming alive. You know, when I work on her in the evenings, I don't really notice it much, you know, and I feel like when I, you know, finally go to bed and I set her aside, I feel like I didn't do much, you know, like I don't see the progress. And then what happens is during the day, I'll prop her up on my pillow so that the dog doesn't come over and sniff her, and you know, because so I am not making any sense. So I have her, when I'm stitching on her, she's in my Kay's Creation lap stand, which, by the way, is such a pain with my scroll frame. I mean, to get it into the clamp is just a pain in the tuchus. And so I take her out and I set her, I kind of prop her up, and then I set my Kay's Creation lap stand up on my nightstand because she's so wide that she won't fit on my nightstand. And so during the day, I'll pick her up and I'll prop her on my pillow, so that way if the dog comes into my room and goes over to sniff her, if she's got like anything on her beard, it's not going to get on my girl. So that's when I notice I've made progress. I start to see the shadows of the flag, and I see the shadows of her. You know, I can just see her now. Whereas when I'm working over the top of her, I just feel like I'm not making any progress. And it's not usually until the next day where I see that I actually did make, you know, something come to life. If that probably doesn't even make any sense, honestly. I know what I want to say, but I don't think it's coming out right. Anyway, so I'm excited. I really would like to have her finish this summer. I think that would just be a great summer finish. I know right now, you know, just, you know, looking at the chart, there's a lot of colors that are up here, just in this area. And I think that once I get finished here, when I start this way, there's like big chunks of color, and I think that I'll be able to go a little bit faster until I get, you know, down here. If you guys follow Christy, who is Crosshatch Quilts on Instagram, she has the whole bottom done, and hers looks amazing. She did hers on the We the People fabric. It's so beautiful. Her stitches are gorgeous. And I told her the other day that between the two of us, we could put our two pieces together and we would almost have a full girl. But it's fun when you are stitching this with someone. It kind of keeps you motivated. And I'm definitely motivated to get to her face and then start working on her skirt. But yeah, go check out Christy's Instagram page because she's got pictures of her progress. Gorgeous. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Go check it out. So that, in a sense, wraps up my Stitch Mania. I was going to add some more kind of in between, but I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. Next year, I will go gangbusters, and I'm already planning, because it is 2020, I'm going to do 20 new starts the first 20 days of May. I think I'm going to do it as like a vlog style, so I'm very excited to do that. This year, I just feel like there's just too much going on during the month of May. There's a lot of stuff to get ready for Allison's graduation. The house needs to be completely gone through and given its spring cleaning. The whole, all outside, it has been raining nonstop here. I feel like for months. Heavy, heavy rain. And so, but it's warm enough that the grass has germinated. So like every other day, it's a foot tall. And so, you know, and you can't get out to mow it. You can't get out to weed. You can't get out to do anything because it's just pouring rain. And so I'm hoping that this week is going to be the sun that they've promised, because it would be nice to start working on my beds. So there is a lot of stuff to do, because after Allison graduates, we're going to have a graduation party. My brother and his family are going to be here, so there's going to be, you know, family and friends coming over to help Allison celebrate her graduation. And then my brother and his family are going to, you know, they're going to kind of be here on and off, I think. And so we will have, I mean, I definitely want my flower beds and my house to actually look like I know what I'm doing as far as like master gardener type situation. And, you know, I'm an awesome housekeeper. It doesn't really happen. I mean, the house right now, this corner right here, super clean. But if you were to go look over by the door, shoes. The living room, it looks like a boy's been out there. There's like toys everywhere. Yeah. So it would be nice to have the house all clean so everybody thinks that I'm like this amazing house wife, keeper, gardener, stitcher, quilter. It would be nice. Oh, and I had somebody ask me about the Christmas tree. And I know I talked about it in my first video. So this is my seasonal tree. It stays decorated all year round with whatever the current season is. So right now it's decorated with Easter and spring decorations. And about right around Mother's Day, I will take all of the spring decorations and I will put them away, and all of my 4th of July summer stuff goes up. And so this tree will become a patriotic tree, and it will stay a patriotic tree until August, when it becomes a harvest tree. and then it'll become a Halloween tree, then a Thanksgiving, and then a Christmas, and then a winter, and then spring again. So I know people usually see it and then they're just like, oh, why do you have a Christmas tree behind you? Yes, technically it is a Christmas tree. However, it is decorated for springtime. So just, that's why. It's something that I started doing a couple of years ago because this corner didn't have anything in it and I felt like it needed something. And I know some of the people that I follow on Instagram, they keep a seasonal tree. So that's kind of how, you know, I just decided after Christmas a few years ago, I'm like, I'm just going to leave it up. I like it. So it creates kind of like a bright ambiance in the corner on gloomy days. So that's why. And then let me see, where should I go? So I have some quilts to show, but I also have some finishes. So the first thing that I finished, fully finished, is my April wordplay. And I just did it into a pillow. I really, really like it. Super cute. I have a vintage truck that I originally thought it was going to go into, but then when I propped it up to take a picture of it next to my chicken, I liked it there. So I used, let's see, it's stitched on 36 count Winter Moon, and I stitched it with Gentle Art sampler threads and a couple of Classic Colorworks. And I think I did a blog post and I listed the colors. But yeah, so this is April Wordplay by With Thy Needle and Thread. And I really, 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 really love it. Turned out great. I know that usually you finish it with seam binding, but I couldn't find any at Joann's. And so I just went into Michael's and they had like this vintage style ribbon. And so that's actually what I used as the ruffles. I think it turned out pretty good. It's the first time I've ever finished it into a large pillow finish like this. And then my grandma and I went to a quilt show last Friday, and on our way home we stopped at what is the name of it? Can't think what the name of the quilt shop is. It's not very far from here, and she has a lot of Civil War reproduction fabrics, and so I thought this, when I was thinking of what I wanted to use for the backing, I decided on a green out of the Civil War reproduction. So that is that finish. And I know that I showed these in my previous videos as finishes, but I didn't have them fully finished. And this is another one that I showed maybe the video before last. So this is Hello Spring by Plum Street Samplers, and I stitched this on a 36 count tarnished silver linen that I picked up from 123 Stitch. And I just had these spring flowers in my stash already, and I backed it with the gingham, black gingham that I love so much. And this is just a wooden box that I spray painted that I found up in the attic. And so this completes my Hello seasonal series, even though that's not what they're called. But I started with Hello Summer, then I did Hello Fall, Hello Winter, and this is Hello Spring. I left off the hello part so that it would fit on my box. But I really love it. And it sits out in my living room on my fireplace. Oh, and so I've got the magnets hot glued to the front of the box, and then washers. So very easy finish. And I used, I did not use sticky board, I used matte board for that finish. And I really, really, really am loving matte board. And so if you're thinking about getting it, you can find it at Michael's in the framing section, or you can just go back to the framing department and ask them for a big piece of matte board. It lasts forever. So those are my two FFOs for the past week. I know it's been a while since I've FFO'd anything, and if I hadn't have become so obsessed with my Queen of Freedom, I would have had Hello Spring to show you as well. But that one, it got put back in my stash, and I will just pull it back out and stitch on it next spring. So, and it's okay. I mean, I think sometimes you just have to stitch on, if you have the passion to stitch on something, you just need to keep going. And so that's kind of where I've been at with the Queen of Freedom. I've just really enjoyed stitching on her. I can envision her on my wall because when she's finished, she's going to be framed and she's going to be put right here on this wall where this big round thing is. She's going right there, right in the middle, so that whenever anyone walks into this room, they will see her beauty because she's gorgeous when she's finished. And I did not know that she was part of like a Queen series, even though I don't think it's called the Queen series, but I guess there was a Queen of Winter, a Queen of Spring, a Queen of Summer, Royal Holiday, which was Christmas, and Queen of Autumn. And how I found out was I was watching Stitching Mommy, and this was like a month ago. She did, well, I think she did it, I don't know if she did her whips a month ago or if it was a little bit longer, but it was like I don't know if it was like a Memorabilia whip parade or if it was just a ladies whip parade, but she showed, so she has one or two of them finished, and then she showed Queen of Autumn, and I think she's still working on it. It was the first time I'd ever seen it. Totally fell in love with her. She's absolutely stunning and totally out of print. I found that out within 5 minutes of seeing it because I'm like, I'm gonna get that. I need it. And then I found out that she is out of print. And the thing is, I think she was released in 2010, I think. And so I'm guessing maybe she wasn't that popular, but she's so beautiful. Her dress is like this beautiful brownish plum. She's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So she's a unicorn chart for me now. And all I can hope is that maybe someday Nora Corbett will decide to re-release her like she did with Lady of the Flag. I would love to have her. And it's another reason why I'm kicking myself for not finding cross stitch sooner, because she would have already been stitched and she would be in a frame on that wall right there. So super bummed. And I know that you can buy her. I saw her on eBay, but she's really expensive. So one of these days, fingers crossed, Nora Corbett will re-release her and I'm gonna buy her. So now, I think that wraps it up for everything except quilts. So the first quilt I wanna show you, I feel like this quilt represents my style of Halloween, because I know that when people hear that somebody likes Halloween, they immediately think of like the bad. And I know, and it's like, I don't think there's anything bad about Halloween. I love Halloween. It's my favorite time of the year, but I know that a lot of people have very strong opinions about it, and it's totally fine, totally fine. So I thought when I was going through my quilt stash and I saw this quilt, I thought I would show it to you so that way you could get a sense of my style of Halloween. I'm a primitive vintage style girl, and so that's how I decorate for the holidays. And so this quilt here, because it was the only one, so all the quilts that accurately represent who I am as a, for Halloween, like color-wise, they're all put away and they're buried right now. But this quilt, I finished it last year, and it's in my quilt top pile of shame. And I'm like, well, this very much represents my color aesthetic. So hang on a second while I get it. So I'm gonna pop out of the picture here. Okay, let me move this chair out of the way. So this is my color aesthetic. So what I usually do when I'm going to make a Halloween quilt for myself is I like to pick Civil War reproduction fabrics in like the cheddars, the greens, the blacks, and the beiges. And so this quilt was made out of all of my Civil War reproduction fabrics that I have in that color palette. And so this is pretty much a really good idea of my style of Halloween. Very vintage, primitive. One of my really, really good friends, she loves, she is like the bright Halloween. So she likes the bright purples, the bright greens, the yellows, the blacks, the very vibrant Halloween, and I'm just the opposite. I like the very primitive, vintage style Halloween. Another way that you can see like my style is on my Instagram profile. There's like some bubbles down below, like in between my pictures on my profile. And there's one that says Halloween Autumn 2018. And so if you just click on that bubble, you'll see how I decorated my house last year. And so that will really give you like a very good idea of my style of Halloween if you're worried about what you'll see. Should you tune into my channel or you follow me on Instagram. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so now, I did this past week, I actually put a quilt together. It's just a little one, but this is the quilt that I put together. I bought it from the quilt shop that I went to with my grandma. And so here it is. I love it. It's gonna go out in my living room. When my husband hangs up my my quilt, I got a, what do they call that? A really cool quilt hanger thingamabob for, I can't think of what it's called, for Christmas. And so when he hangs it up, I'll be able to hang my mini quilts back up, because what happened was we went to go hang it up and we realized it was just gonna fall off the wall. It needed some support. So I'm hoping that he'll do it very soon. And he watches my video, so I'm really hoping, honey, that you'll hang it up really soon. Anyway, so that being said, in my last video, the amazing Lori Holt commented on my video. So Lori Holt is Bee in My Bonnet. She designs some amazing quilts, and she had this, well, in my last video, the bag, I told you it came out of the book Farm Girl Vintage. And so she had this stitch along on Instagram, and it was every Friday. It was called Farm Girl Fridays. It was either called Farm Girl Fridays or Farm Girl Vintage Fridays. And every Friday you did a block out of her book, and it lasted several months. And so my friend Retha and I, we participated in it. I did the 12.5-inch blocks. And so when Lori watched my video a couple weeks ago, she asked me to show my quilt. So my quilt is it's like a big queen. It's like in between a queen and a king right now. It's supposed to be a king, but I need to add some more borders to it to make it big enough for my bed. And so she asked if I would show it. And so give me a second, because it's huge. It's giant. And I have to make sure I'm going the right way. It's all farm blocks. Okay. Like I said, it's massive, so you're not going to see the whole thing. Okay. So here is, and I don't know what you're going to be able to see. So here's this. Like I said, it's massive. Let me stand back a little bit. What are you? Hang on, let me fold it in half. It's massive. I can't even hold it all up, it's so big. There's that. So it's just got all these fantastic blocks everywhere. Yeah. It's huge. I can't show the whole thing, but see, there's a scrappy pumpkin, a cute little cow, a barn block, there's a chicken, the American flag, right there. And so when she designs her quilt block, she'll do it in a 6.5 and a 12.5-inch version. And so I did mine as the 12.5, so it would fit my bed. but it's massive. And I did it all with stuff out of my stash. There's a cute little bee. Yeah. I know I'm all over the place with this, but it's so huge and it's heavy. A maple leaf block and a milk can. Just so cute. There's like so many great things in the quilt. And one of these days I will get it fully finished. But like I said, I need to figure out the borders to make it big enough. But this past week, she made an announcement on Instagram, and if you would like to follow her, which she is also designing for cross stitch too, and she's got so many cute things that are about ready to come out. In September, she is releasing Farm Girl Vintage 2, and she's going to resurrect Farm Girl Fridays. So I can't wait. This time, instead of doing the 12.5-inch blocks, I'm going to do the 6.5-inch blocks. But I'm so excited. I can't wait. It's going to be so fun to stitch on those blocks over the fall. It's got the cutest tractor. It's got a pumpkin. It's got a rooster. It's got a scarecrow. It's got so many cool things. So I can't wait. I'm so excited. And then I saw this morning that she is going to be releasing, starting in June, she's going to release these little mini cross stitch patterns. And I like the first one had it had a little chick on it. And I can't think, was there a sheep? I don't know. It was totally cute. I'm gonna have to get that as well. So cute, because I think they would make great ornament. All right, sorry about that. We still have a landline and I forgot to put it on Do Not Disturb. Anyway, so like I was saying, I think what I was saying is that Lori Holt is releasing like these small little like ornament size cross stitches, and the ones I saw looked like they were the farmhouse, part of the farmhouse series. So it's going to be really fun. I can't wait. And I know that starts in June. So, or they're going to release in June. And I think you can get them from like the Fat Quarter shop. So I'm really excited. But yeah, I was totally like blown away when I saw that Lori Holt had commented on my video, because I've been a huge fangirl of hers for many years. And I've stitched so many of her quilts. She's just a great quilt designer. And yeah, I love her. And I got to meet her last May when she came to Holly Hill, and so that was a lot of fun. So, but thank you, Lori, for watching my channel and for commenting, and for joining the Basket of Cherries sale in June. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. So I think that about wraps it up for me for this video. I don't know why. I organized everything too, and I feel like I was just kind of like, I know that I've heard a lot of people say that on their videos, that, you know, that it's like up here it sounds perfect, but when you start talking, not so much. So hopefully I have, if you have any questions, if I said I was going to mention something, oh, you know what? The giveaway. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot about my giveaway. Okay. See, I didn't have it written down, but I glanced down and I saw it. Okay. So, 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I so appreciate it, and I so appreciate you. And I wish that there was a way that I could give everybody something for coming back every 2 weeks to see what I've been up to, who have followed me on social media, and they'll tell me that they love my videos, and they'll like repost pictures of me saying that they're stitching with me, and I just think that is so awesome. Don't ever stop, because I love it. So but yeah, I wish that I could give everybody something, but I'll just have to give one lucky person something. So for the giveaway, it's this project bag. I think this one's really cute. It's got these cute birds on it, just very summery. Love it. It's kind of like folksy, I guess, like folk art, and I just love it. So this is going to be my giveaway. It's a project bag made by me. There's also one of these available in my shop too. So what I want to know is, with summer vacation coming up, what is a place you would like to visit that's on your bucket list? You can give me one place, you can give me 5 places, just some place that you would love to go visit someday. For me, the number one place that I would absolutely love to go visit, and I know you're going to think this is crazy, is Gettysburg Battlefield. I love the Civil War. I love reading about the Civil War. I love watching documentaries about the Civil War. And when I was in high school, I did a report on Gettysburg. And I really got into it way more than I think I was supposed to. I ended up setting the curve of the class or something. And but instead of like handing in a couple papers, I handed in a book. And I had, pictures and details, and I had, the infantries listed that were there of both sides, and like the casualties and the dead, and just the number of cannons, and like a strategy of the battlefield, and battle plans, and I've just always wanted to go see it. And I believe that that's kind of what changed it like switched the way that the war was going, and it sort of like flipped it. And it was a very bloody, horrific battle, and it plays such an important part in history. I would love to go there, walk amongst the battlefield, walk among and remember those that sacrificed their lives on the battlefield. I would love to go into the town and explore. It's just been my number one bucket list for as long as I can remember, since high school. Since I did that report, I've just really wanted to go and visit it. And I know people probably think that's so weird. Why don't you have a tropical destination? And here's a fun fact about me. A tropical destination on my bucket list isn't even in the top 10. Every place that I want to go see that's in my bucket list is all historical. Every place. Of going, like early American history, Boston, Massachusetts, Salem, Massachusetts, just because, the witch trials and all of that, and going to Tarrytown, which is Sleepy Hollow, during the month of October. I would love to go there. My grandma went there and had the best time. I would love to go see the New England states, and go down into the South and go see a plantation house, and go drive down those moss-draped avenues that I've seen in hundreds of pictures, go to Charleston, South Carolina, going to Georgia, and it's all historical. And go to England and take a tour of London and see like the Tower of London and Buckingham Palace, and maybe take a tour of the palace, and going out into the countryside and seeing some of these places that I've only ever seen in movies and documentaries, and going to Ireland and Scotland. It's all, I kid you not, going to a tropical destination. And get this, the tropical destination is the Mediterranean. So some people would say, tropical destination would be number one, but not me. It's like way down in my list of places, but with my number one being Gettysburg. So, yeah, you probably think that's weird. So anyway, for the giveaway, tell me some of your bucket list places. You can tell me your number one. You can tell me top 5, top 10. Just tell me. I would love to know what your bucket list place is, and leave it in the comment section below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I appreciate it. In order to be qualified or to enter the giveaway, you need to be a subscriber. Hit the like button and answer the question. Don't say giveaway in the comment section below. But yeah, give me some of your bucket list places. 1, 5, 10, 20 bucket list places. I just want to know. So anyway, that wraps it up. And I will see you in about 2 weeks. And if I forgot anything, I'm really sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Man, I got this tickle and I knew it wasn't going to go away. Allergies. It's allergy season here. Anyway, but as I was saying, I will see you in 2 weeks. with some Stitch Mania progress. Nope, there'll only be one little Stitch Mania thing. So anyway, I better go because I'm like gonna hack here in a second. So, as always, leave those questions down in the comment sections below. Thank you so much for being a subscriber. Enter to win the giveaway, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks. So have a great one. Happy Easter. Bye, guys.